Hi, it's Cindy Fodor here with Stamp the Love, and it is Make It Monday. I'm excited, have some fun things to show you tonight and talk about as well. Let me find us here. Hope you're staying warm on these cold days. I am not ready for this. There we go.
Fun things to show you tonight and talk about as well.
Sorry, I can't get my sound turned down again. I don't know why I have trouble with that. Just wanted to be there so I can see everybody as you pop on. So welcome, thanks for joining me. And so first, before I show you the fun project I have for you, we have a countdown to do. Don't want to forget that. So we are down to less than 33,000 yet to our countdown to 1,000,000. So I'm going to pop this box off and see what the prize is. What a Year Memories and More kit. And let me grab that out of the basket here. So it is a pack. Oh, this lighting is really bad for that. Sorry. It is a pack of Memories and More cards. So there's 4x6s and 3x4s. And it works in the Project Life albums that we used to have, and of course our new Memories and More album that we currently sell. Excuse me. And some of you did that class. I did a year in the life for retreat. I did a whole album so that you could chart your memories through the year, and that's sort of what this is about. However, lots of people take these and make cards with them. They're just great designs to put on the front of cards. So the person that wins this is whoever had a recent order for our Seal or Seal Plus adhesive. So I don't know who that is. I have to go look to see who that is. If it's more than one person who've ordered that, then there'll be a drawing between the two. So I will post that in the description of this video tonight after I have a chance to look and see who that is. All right, so let me talk about a couple of other things that are really important. Tomorrow is the start of our 2-day sale. 3-day sale. Hold on. Yes, 3 days, 16 to 18. So we have, I'm gonna actually flip you over to the other screen because I want to be able to show you. And since the lighting there isn't great. So it's our seasonal sale. It's a brand new name. It's a typical sale that we would have had at the end of November, like with Black Friday, but that gets lost in everything else. So Stampin' Up! Decided to help us all out and do it a little early, and it's totally different. I'm so excited. So all of our cardstock is 10% off. All of our ink pads are 15% off. There are no ink pad bundles available right now. They have been put on hold for a month or so now because of the sale coming up. I don't know. Just because shipping is such an issue and they wanted to make sure there were enough for this. Not sure. And then 20% off of dies from the annual catalog. So I'm going, I don't have the other side printed. For the cardstock, it's 8.5 by 11, 12 by 12, assorted packs. For the ink pads, it's anything except for it's all Stampin' Up! Ink pads, so all of our colors. I will tell you that I just saw that Shaded Spruce is on the low inventory list. So if you want that, I suggest you hop on early tomorrow morning. For the dies, I didn't see anything on low inventory there. However, it doesn't mean when you have a sale, you don't know what's going to happen. So, hey Talara, hey Sylvia, welcome. Thanks for letting me know that you're here. All right, so that's important. Also, while I'm talking about a sale, I just want to remind you that for this month, for my countdown special, I am giving away a free Stamparatus. So the way you get in the drawing for this is for every $50 order that you spend with me, and the Yeah, the host code is up at the top there. You can use that host code. You will get in the drawing for the Stamparatus. Last month I gave away a mini stamp and cut and emboss machine. And this month it's a Stamparatus. I also wanted to just mention that we right now have Eden's Garden. And if you didn't catch my live on Monday, or not my live, but my video on Monday, you can go back to see that. I actually used this paper and the stamps for 2 different projects for my class this month. And also, when you use this host code, you will also and spend $40 online. Give me an order of $40, so that includes the sale and everything. There's lots of things happening at the same time here, guys, so it's a really great time to do that. But anyways, you can see some ideas I did with that. I'm also using some of the paper tonight for one of my projects, or one of my samples that I have done. But it's a pretty stamp set, a set of dies, gorgeous, gorgeous paper, and you'll have to just wait to see the sample that I have with that, and then some cotton paper that I also used in the sample tonight, and then some really pretty gems. Now, this is carrying over the stamp set and dies. This is actually just a preview of what's coming up in the new mini catalog. These will be in the mini catalog. These items will not be. So the gorgeous paper, the gems, the cotton paper will not be included in that. So just wanted to let you know about that. And I also want to make sure I give a shout out to anybody who might be interested in, let me get rid of this one, in just being part of our team, being a demonstrator that can earn discounts. Right now we have a special going on. This is an unusual special. The kit is $75. So if you have stuff that you want, it's a great time. You can even, I heard that you could even join with the sale prices that start tomorrow, which means you could get more than $125 value for $75. So that's what I understand anyways. But you would just go to my website, shown at the top of the page here. Let me just get my finger right here. I'm not sure if you can see that when I touch that, but anyways, stampandcindy.stampandup.net and click join now, and for $75 you can choose $125 worth of product with no shipping cost. It's a great time to try it out, see if you like it, give it a test ride. So great products right now, specials going on. All right, I think that's everything. Again, this is the Memories and More pack that somebody is going to win, and I will post who won that as soon as I get into my site and figure that out. All right, so on to more exciting stuff, guys. I want to show you how to create this fun little fun fold card that also doubles as a gift card holder. Okay, so here I'm able to put a gift card in there. That's not a gift card, sorry, I didn't have one handy, but anyway, so I want to show you how I did this, and yeah, so that you can make, I want to show a few designs that you can use, and then I'm going to also show you a non-Christmas version of this at the end. So I'm going to make another Christmas version using different paper. So I'm just going to walk you through step by step. I'm going to grab my Stamparatus here. And I'm starting with a card base that is 8 3/4 inch by 4 1/4. So I cut my paper down at 4 1/4 by 11, and then I cut a little bit off of that. So like 2 1/4 inches. I'm going to give this one score at 3 1/4. And I have my piece for, I'm going to turn this over so we can see here. 5 1/4 by 4 1/4, or 4, I'm sorry, 5 1/4 by 4 is the piece that I'm using for my little gift card holder. So I made it just long enough so that I could tuck it under here. And I also made it wide enough that I can wrap around my card. So I'm just going to show you how I did this. So 5 1/4 by 4, and I scored it. And this, I wish I had done these differently. In fact, I might just show you differently. So if you score this at 2 inches and 4¼ inch, I had it on the 1/8 of an inch, but you don't need to do that. So 2 and 4¼ so you have 2¼ inches so that you have a little bit of overlap, a little bit of room for your card. I didn't want it to be really tight and stuffy in there. So all right, the other thing that I did with this, and I'm finished with this scoring, so let me just scoot that out of the way. The other thing that I did with this is I wanted to cut a circle here, or a half circle. So I took an old punch that we have. I'm sure you guys have those still. This is a 1¼ You could use any size. And I just sort of eyeballed my half of a circle here and punched that. And then I closed it. And then I just took and marked the other part so that I knew where to cut the other piece that was coming up through here. So I just made a mark and then brought that back in. I'm sorry I did that off screen already. Brought this back in and then chopped that part off so that when I fold these over, the whole piece is cut out. Hopefully that makes sense for you. So now I'm going to put some adhesive on this piece here. And I'm going to put a little green glue down at the bottom. It's not totally necessary because it's going to get folded under. But just till I get that done, it might be nice to just hold that in place. And then I did score 1/4 inch here at the bottom. And I did that already. So I'm going to just fold this. You're going to fold it to the spot to the side where you have the half circle cut out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I just lost my screen. That was weird. Give me a second. I'm going to hop back in here and see if it's actually transmitting. Okay, it looks like it's still going, so I'm not sure why my screen died. All right, so I'm just going to get a real good fold here so that it lays nice. This is a little bit of fullness for this card, but it feels okay once it's put together. So I think it's going to be all right. Now, a couple other things that I have. There's my cardstock. I do have an envelope because I don't want to forget to stamp on my envelopes. I'm going to lay that there. You guys remind me if I forget. So I have a couple of other pieces. This is a 3x4 piece, which will be, let me go ahead and fold this. This is the left side of our card. So I have a 3x4 piece to fit on that. And then this piece I didn't want to be naked. So I put this piece here, which is, I forget what this is. Let me measure it here really quick. Oh, it is, it's 1 1/8 by 4. So just enough to fit right there, right up against the edge of this piece. Okay. And then I have another piece, the same as this one, 3x4, to fit inside of here so that I can write inside of my card. Then I cut, for the front of my envelope, I cut a piece from our So Swirly dies. Stitch So Sweetly. I don't know why I said swirly. A set I use all the time. And the cool thing is, if you don't have this one, it will be on sale because it's in the annual catalog. Love, love, love these dies. You see me use them all the time. So I cut this piece out for on top of my envelope. And then I cut the large one out. I just wanted an edge just to fancy up the front here. So I'm going to just snip off. It's a little longer than my piece. Just going to snip off a little bit there. Hey there, there's Sylvia. Welcome. Don't forget to, if there's others on, I don't see you unless you say something. So say hi, please. Let me know that you're here. I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on this piece so that I can tuck the little scallop underneath it. And I'm going to put it in place on the left side and just leave it up on this side so that I can tuck this under here. That looks pretty good. All right. Looks like I got some adhesive sticking out there for some reason. I don't know how I did that. Some of my Seal Plus was sticking out there. All right, so let's go ahead and get our envelope portion put down. Well, let's finish this first. So we want to put our gift card in here, but we also want to have something to be able to just pull that out. So I'm going to grab my card here. I should have another one around here somewhere. Hold on a second. Yeah, let's pull this one out. Okay, so I'm going to use this Real Red Ruched ribbon, which I don't use a lot because it's a little puffy for cards, but I thought it would be perfect for this because it's more than just a card. And I'm cutting enough to tie in a bow, but we'll see. So what I do is I wrap my card ribbon around the card so that all they have to do now is pull on this ribbon to get their card out. And once that's in there, I'm going to just go ahead and tie a bow here. I sort of want the bow to stay on top, so we'll see how that goes, right? Okay, there we go. All right, now this is ready to go into our card. I know there's a lot of patterns going on here. I really had trouble, was trying to keep all one set of paper, and I know it's very, very busy. I'm going to go ahead and run this adhesive the whole way down here on the side where my envelope is going to tuck. On the other side, I'm not quite as concerned. So I'm going to go ahead and get that positioned. And again, we're going to keep this side lifted up a little bit until we get that tucked in. I'm just going to scoot that right in there and tuck that down. All right. So now we have that part ready. We have this part ready, so we can tuck our card in there. It's sticking out pretty good. I guess this ribbon gives a little bit of extra fullness. I really don't want that blue to show, so maybe I can readjust this ribbon a little bit so it's not. There you go. All right, now I'm gonna just stick my inside piece in here, and you could stamp something on that. I'm not going to take the time to do that right this second. I'm going to hope to stamp my envelope and not forget that part. Okay, so there's the card. Let's work on the front. So I am pulling in a stamp set for Unto Us, and I'm going to use the Christmas Begins with Christ stamp set. Our stamp out of the set, and we're using, so the colors in the paper are Garden Green, Real Red, there's some Evening Evergreen in there, there's a lot of different greens you could use. So I'm going to stamp this in red, Real Red. I want to keep this to the side a little bit because trying to think what side I want to keep it to. Yeah, I think I want to keep it to this side. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that so I don't make a mess. Okay, and now I want to pull in the stamp set that coordinates with this paper is the Christmas season. Looks like I'm zoomed in there pretty good. So I'm going to use the 2 pine cones from this, and I already have that set up for my class, which I have one more class tomorrow night. So I already have this set up on the Stamparatus. Let me just pull that out. So you can see my little pine cones there. I'm going to do different colors this time, but I have my pine cones cut out, so I'm going to pop those in. This is how I do it for classes, or if I want to make a lot of something and I have to cut a lot. With these larger cutouts, when they're not real detailed, I can cut 2 at a time on our white cardstock, and it's so much faster to do it that way, and then just pop them in here instead of trying to hold them in place and make sure that I'm cutting them correctly. So I'm using crumb cake to ink these 2. I know it looks red because they are just stained because of the browns. Soft Suede and Early Espresso, I think, have a lot of red in them. Sounds like I'm getting hoarse. Everybody in my family's fighting cold, so I'm hoping that I'm going to fight it off from the sound of this. All right, so the other stamps, there's 2 stamps that are just more detail for these pine cones. I just want to call them acorns. And I'm just going to stamp those by eyesight, because they don't have to be lined up perfectly on there to look nice. As you can see, it's really easy to just get a little accent on there. All right, so now we have our 2 pine cones done. Let me scoot that out of the way. All right, close this. Actually, what do I want to stamp on my envelope? I can't remember what I want to stamp on there. All right, so these I'm going to put on the front of here, and I'll pop these up. So let me go ahead and glue this down, and then we'll pop those up with some dimensionals. I don't know if you can see the shimmer in this paper, but I'm using our shimmery white cardstock for this. Just gives an extra little pizzazz. And again, I'm going to keep this over to the right because I want these acorns to pop up here. And my goal, because each of these samples that I'm showing you is different, my goal was to get the ribbon at the center of both of these acorns, so that that was the little accent there. So let's see if that's going to work. There we go. Now it looks like I have a little bouquet of acorns. And voila, there's our little gift card holder. Okay. Hi, Barbara and Barbara. We've got Talara, Sylvia, Barbara, and Barbara. That is awesome. Okay, I said I was going to stamp something on here, and you know what? I'm going to see if I have anything else left in the set that I haven't used. You can see that I'm using most of this stuff for my class projects. Let's just put a little bit of greenery on it. Did I bring green? Hopefully. I think I brought, I brought old olive. That's not going to work because this card is garden green. So, all right, Cindy, I'm not going to stamp anything on it. Sorry, I lied. Because I don't want to stamp it and make it look ugly. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and stamp it because I think I picked olive because it would go with this one. So that's okay. We'll go ahead and stamp it for the other card, even though I don't have one for this one. And I think it needs one on the envelope flap as well. All right, there we go. Now we don't have a naked envelope. All right, so now we have these two. The one that I showed you at the beginning, and of course I took the card out of, so here's the ribbon that went with that one. Let me scoot them to the side here since I have this zoomed in so closely. All right, then I have one more to show you. I'm so excited because it is not a Christmas one, because you know, we need gift cards at other times of the year as well. So I use the Eden's Garden paper, or Ever Eden, I think it's called. And I used some of our black gingham ribbon, and I colored it with the with this color blend. I always have trouble with this color. It's one of our in colors, but anyways, yeah, just beautiful, beautiful paper. You can see the shimmer of gold on there. There's also some gold on this one here. And then for this one, I'm hoping that you can see, I used the cotton paper. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the cotton paper, but what's really cool about it, it's actually made of cotton. So it's very, it feels like tissue paper, but it's very, it doesn't tear. Like you can yank on it, it doesn't tear. So I scrunched it up, and then I straightened it out, and I stuck it to a piece of our adhesive sheets. And then I just, that way the little wrinkles stayed in it. And then I just glued it right down to my card with this tucked underneath. So anyways, so it has just some texture to it, and not more designed to keep it a little quieter than the other cards that I showed you. But I just love this black and white gingham ribbon. It's so fun. It's white and black, so any color you add to it is not going to change the black, but will change the white part, so it ends up coloring it perfectly. So I hope you like that idea, and I will go back and put the dimensions in the description for you so that you know exactly what you need if you'd like to create this, because I know I talk really fast. And so anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks, Sylvia. I appreciate it. So I will see Sylvia Cochran tomorrow night at your house for class, and some of you other ladies. And the rest of you, hopefully I'll see you next month at class or at my Stamp-A-Stack the end of this month for our last Christmas card Stamp-A-Stack, guys. So don't forget, if you came on late, the sale starts tomorrow, goes through the 18th. Of course, it will be as supplies last, and you know things are running out quickly. So don't hesitate to pop on there and catch up on all the supplies that you might need, cardstock, ink pads that might need refreshed or something. Some of the new ink colors that you may not have gotten yet. So, all right. Well, I'm going to stop talking because my voice is going away. I wish you well. God bless. Take care.